If I woke up tomorrow and wanted to reinvent myself, these are the 12 things that I would implement into my life. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I'm in my 50s, I'm 55, and I feel like I have reinvented myself for this stage in my life, and I've never felt better or more vibrant. I sat down, I made a list, and I got up to about 25, 26 things that I've started to do, but I thought that that could be overwhelming. So I thought I would share 12 that I feel really, really helped me. So if you want to know those 12, stay tuned and I will share. Hi, I'm Patty. Welcome to my channel, Chick Food TV. This is where I talk about all things around wellness in the second half of life. I share plant-based recipes. I am a certified plant-based chef. Fitness, things that I do to make me feel strong and my best and maintain my weight. And just all around wellness tips and thoughts and feelings and things I'm going through at this time in my life and sharing them with you in hopes that maybe it will resonate with you and help you in some way. So I have 12 tips or 12 things that I have implemented into my program that I really feel have helped me. So let's get started with the 12 things. Number 1, get clear about how you want to feel and chase that feeling constantly. When I wake up in the morning, when I first open my eyes, I stretch and I think about the things that I'm grateful for. And then the next thought that comes into my mind is I ask myself a question. And that question is, how do I want to feel today? And it's an intention, because I answer that. I answer myself and I say, this is how I want to feel today. This is how I want to show up in the world today. This is what I want to be. I want to be happy. I want to generate kindness. I want to generate love. I want to give love to my pets, to my husband, to my family, to the people that I come across. That's my intention for today, how I want to feel. And I stay really focused on that. And sure, I'm human and there's moments that I drift out of that. I mean, someone on the freeway could honk at you and flip you off. And you're like, this anger starts coming up, right? But you're like, no, I'm going to go back into my peace. How do I want to show up today? How do I want to feel? I'm going to switch out of this negative energy and I'm going to choose how I want to feel today. And I have to chase that all the time because we're human and we live around other humans and everyone is carrying around their own stuff, right? We can only be responsible for how we're feeling inside. And as long as I am being aware of that and always going after that goal, it just makes my whole day better and happier and keeps me in this really positive place, this positive mindset. Start every day with intention. How do I want to feel? And don't let that go. Work towards it. Go after it like your life depends on it. Number 2. I reprogrammed my workouts to do what works for me at this age where I am getting results. I am 55. I have found for myself that I have to pick up heavy weights at least 3 times a week. I do a heavy workout with weights. I will do a full body one day, then I'll take a day off. The next day I'll do lower body. The next day I will do upper body, and then I do abs in there. I also walk 10,000 steps daily. That helps me not only with my cardiovascular, it just keeps me moving, help burn off that fat, but it's good for my mind as well. It's kind of my meditative time to be out walking. I'm usually listening to self-help books or a good autobiography. I'm always taking this time for myself. Also, mobility and stretching is huge for me. I like to take some yoga classes. I do it online mostly. I like to take those on the days I'm not lifting weights, and I supplement that with my walking, and that's just what I do. I rarely take a day off unless I'm traveling, and I still, if I'm out traveling with my husband, I still try to get as many steps I can in. I'll do a little workout in the hotel room, or I will go down to the hotel's gym if I have time. But I try not to judge it too much when I'm traveling. It's kind of a pass to have a little more fun. Not that I think working out is fun, but I had to work to get to that place. Number 3, I would invest in longevity and recovery. And by that, I mean invest in things like a weight set. It might be kind of expensive when you first buy it, but you're going to be using that for the next 50 years or however long you live. You're going to be using that. You're going to be picking up those weights. It's a good investment in your longevity. Recovery, a red light sauna, or just a red light that you put on your desktop, or I have some red light stuff that I use on my face. My husband and I, our next big investment is going to be a red light sauna that we're going to put in our backyard. And that is a goal we're working towards. We have a swimming pool here, and my husband, he doesn't heat it, and he uses it as his cold plunge in the wintertime. I have not worked up to that. I will do it in the shower. I'll do some hot and cold therapy. I'll turn the water down to cold I'll try to stand in it for like 30 seconds. And then I turn the heat up just to warm, just so I'm comfortable, and then back down, giving those shifts in my body. So I'm not ever really, truly comfortable. That helps burn off the visceral fat, get your circulation going. There's a lot of great benefits of doing some cold to heat, cold therapy. Just Google it and you can find out more. But I think at this time in our life, it's so important to invest in the long haul, because we want to add life to our years, not just years to our life. We want to get to the end of our life being healthy and vibrant and be able to do all the things that we absolutely love. Number 4, speak kindly and watch my words. Now, I used to listen to these tapes many years ago that a friend gave me in my car, and it was called Watch Your Mouth. And it really helped me to be careful of the words that come out of my mouth. I want to stay in a positive place, a place of love, a place of a higher vibration. And if I am being judgy or talking about other people, that's only bringing me down. It's bringing my energy down. And at this point in my life, I'm not here to be negative Nancy or mean girls. I'm trying to accept everyone as that they're at the place that they're supposed to be. And it's not my place to judge anybody. Everyone's doing the best they can with their current awareness. And there was times in my life, thank goodness, I could be judged all day. And thank goodness, that's one good thing about being in your 50s. Well, there's many. But the fact that we did not have cell phones with a camera on them, because there's a lot of things that should not be out in the world. And I'm glad that those were not around when I was younger. But just staying in this place of non-judgment. You know, when we judge people, truly, we're just projecting our own insecurities onto them. And, you know, I can get caught up in it, in the gossip and stuff, but I always try at this point in my life to walk away from it. And I always try to remember they're just doing the best they can with their current awareness. And I find when I am not in a place of judgment of other people and just seeing the light in them as much as I can. And if I can't, I just remove myself. If I really can't resonate with someone, I just remove myself from the situation. But I find when I'm not being judgy of other people, I'm not being judgy of myself. I'm not being so hard on myself. I'm more accepting of myself. The more we accept other people, the more we accept ourselves. Number 5, meditation and journaling daily. Now, I used to not meditate at all. I've dabbled with it on and off over the years. I live in LA. We're very woo-woo, you know, we try everything. And just in the last, I'd say 3 to 4 years, I've really, really made it a regular practice in my life. And I feel like it has been one of the biggest things that have helped me grow in a place where I can deal with things calmly. I don't get worked up about things, the small things that I used to. Everything that comes at me, I deal with it better. And I believe that's because of meditation. It doesn't have to be long. You know, it could be 10 minutes in the morning, 10 more minutes at night. I don't always get those in morning and night. I'm happy if I get morning in or night. If I get both, even more fantastic. But I try to get 20 minutes in where I can, either morning or the evening. But you have to start somewhere. So I'd say start with 5 or 10. And it's natural. A lot of people say, I can't meditate. My mind wanders. That is meditation. Your mind wanders away to your grocery list or what you've got to get done. And you just calmly, you pull it back to this place where you're just thinking about your breath, or you're listening to some meditative music and there's sounds that you're kind of focusing on, or you're counting, or whatever it is that gets you in that place. It has helped me so very much. Also journaling. I like to do that, especially in the morning. If I meditate in the morning, is I sit down, I have a journal on the side of my bed, and I just get up and I write out some thoughts. It depends on the mood, on the day, how I'm feeling, if I'm in a rush to go someplace, if I have to be somewhere, how much time I have. And some days it's just a sentence. Some days it's 3 pages. You know, it's like morning pages from The Artist's Way, if you ever did that. Some days it's just a flow of consciousness. Other days I script, I talk about things as if they've already happened in my life. Goals I have, or things that I want to accomplish, I write as if they have already been accomplished. And that kind of puts me in a vibration of manifestation, which I totally believe we create everything in our lives. So that really helps me to get me on the right path. I also like to write down my intention for the day, like the thought when I first wake up, and how I want to feel and how things feel. And I'm also very grateful for everything I have in my life at this time. It's good to always ground yourself in gratitude and be grateful for what you do have. There's always someone that wishes they had what you had. Number 6, dress to impress yourself, nobody else. You do you. Don't let anybody say, you're too old to wear that. You can't wear that. No, you can't wear white after Labor Day. I wear white whenever I want to, whenever the mood strikes me. I am in my 50s and I deserve to wear what I want and feel fabulous doing it. This has been a big one for me because there's been a time where I'm like, I can't do that. But I'm like, you know what? Throw that out the window. I'm going to wear what I love. Another thing that I've done is I stopped buying fast fashion. I now buy quality pieces that are a little more on the expensive side, but I'm slowly transitioning my closet out of the cheap things. I'm spending more money and buying less. So I'm buying pieces that are capsule, that are timeless, that I can wear for the next 20 years, that will hold up, and they can mix and match well with what I have in my closet. So I'm not consuming more, I'm consuming better. I'm buying better quality. And I think we deserve that in our 50s. Do you feel good in your skin and just rock it? I'm so sad that Sex and the City is over. I know some of their fashion was so over the top, but I just love to watch it for the fashion. I just love to see older women just owning their fashion. Number 7, take on a new hobby or a new challenge. Do something that keeps your mind working. It does. You could start Sudoku. I mean, my father-in-law is in his 80s and he does Sudoku every day, and he's fantastic at it. I can't even put my head around it. I think it's good to always keep pushing and keep doing new things and keep our mind young. I started playing the banjo 5 years ago because it's in my family. They're from the Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina, and I grew up with people picking the banjo and the guitar and bluegrass music. And since my family's been getting older and some people have passed away, unfortunately, that is a tradition that is dying out in my family, and I wanted to continue the tradition, so I picked up the banjo. I also started riding horses again, and I've talked about this before. I'm competing in my first horse show at the end of the month. I started dancing again. I used to dance when I was young, and that's something I thought, oh, I'm too old for. But everyone in my class is above 40, and they're fabulous, and they're doing it. And they were always dancers, and there's no reason that we need to stop, ever. We are worthy of dancing and expressing ourselves. So start something new. Do something you used to love that you think you can't do anymore. Just go and do it. Number 8, I choose people who enrich my life. Don't drag it down. Don't drain my energy. I invest in people and surround myself with people that challenge me, that lift me up, that believe in me. And yes, they're not always going to believe in everything I do, but I like to be around people that I look up to. I have had to set boundaries in this decade of my life and get to this place where, you know what, I want to be positive. I want to be happy. And if you're draining me and you're bringing down my energy just being around you, I don't have time for that anymore. I want to be around uplifting people. I mean, look, we're on the second half of life. We need to cherish the moments we have. They need to be moments that are fun and give us life, not take life away. We never get those minutes back. So enjoy the people. Surround yourself around people who enrich you. Now, I've even had to cut out people in my family over the years. These are people that I would never talk to. I haven't talked to them in 30 years, but because of social media, I'm friends with them on Facebook, and our beliefs don't line up, and we have nothing in common, and I don't need to be in contact with them. So I've had to set some boundaries, and I've deleted some family and people. Like, I was friends with you in kindergarten doesn't mean we have anything in common anymore. And given my husband has several friends that he's known since kindergarten, so it is possible, but not for me. Number 9 is to fuel your body. This is what I do. I try to fuel my body with a large rainbow of colors of vibrant living foods every day. And I do that by making sure that I get a salad in every day, and I just throw everything in there. I'll make a video on my daily salad, like whatever I have in the fridge, fresh produce, it goes in there. I'll put in broccoli, all kinds of different greens, sprouts, different kinds of onions, peppers. If I have any leftover potatoes or yams, quinoa, beans, I'll put fresh horseradish, fresh ginger, fresh garlic. I just load it up, and I get that in every single day. And even if I go out to dinner with friends later and I'm not as healthy, at least I know that I got in all these great nutrients and fiber in one of my meals each day. And once you start doing that, you'll find that you want to do that with all of your meals. Like, you want to start your day with fresh fruit. Some people like savory in the morning. I've really been into chia seed pudding lately. I try to get in as many plant-based and diverse nutrients throughout the day. And I do try to get more protein in on the days that I'm lifting heavy weights. But prioritizing getting that big plant meal in there, I think, is really going to help you feel more vibrant and make you feel better all around. And it's a good habit to get you into the habit of eating the other meals more around a plant-based diet. And that brings us to number 10, and that's prioritize hydration. Now, this one's a hard one for me. I have water with me right now. I also have a cup of green tea right here. But in the morning, I'm a girl that wants to go straight to the coffee pot, and I've really had to work hard at making myself go straight to the mason jar. So I will fill this up with filtered water and put lemon in it. Sometimes I put some ginger in it. Sometimes I blend a drink with like oranges and ginger. If I have some turmeric, I'll blend that all together. Lemons, cucumbers sometimes, and I'll strain it and I'll put some ice in it and drink that in the morning. But I try to get one of these in before I have my coffee. And then I move into my coffee, my 1 cup I allow myself. And throughout the day, I have to keep reminding myself, drink another one. So I'll fill it up and I try to get in at least 4 or 5 of these a day. I also drink tea. I'll have green tea throughout the day. I usually have 1 or 2 each day, or herbal tea. And I drink herbal tea before I go to bed at night. I'm just constantly trying to bring in hydration. And I also choose to eat a lot of very watery fruits. Like melon season, I'm eating melon every single day. I love it so much. It's so hydrating and delicious. And right now, the pears, fabulous. I've been eating so many pears. So prioritize hydration. You will glow more, you'll feel better, you'll sleep better, you'll just be more vibrant all around. You'll have more energy. Number 11, stop saying yes when you would rather say no. Now, this is something I've really had to work on. I used to be a yes girl. I would say yes to so many things when I knew I needed a day of rest. I needed a day to myself. I tell everyone that I am a social introvert. My husband would disagree, but I am. I love to be social. I love to be with people, but I also need a lot of downtime from that. I need a couple days just to do my own thing. My husband's extroverted, so we're different in that. But once I get out of the house to the event or whatever it is I'm doing, I'm all in, and I'm usually the last person to leave. But I've had to really learn to say no, and it's just setting up boundaries for yourself. Like, I used to say yes to everything and things would drain me, and then I'd be worn out when I started my week. And now I'm very careful with my time and who I'm spending it with, and I say no. Very respectfully, I say no. I say, no, I can't do it now, maybe another time, or no, I'm busy on that day, I cannot do it. And you just gain more self-respect for yourself when you're not just saying yes to everything, when you really want to say no. Number 12, I call the glow and grow mindset. I want to keep glowing. So that means I'm going to get my water in, I'm going to take my vitamins, I'm going to eat the plants, the healthy phytonutrients, the things that are going to help me stay healthy, build my immune system. I want to keep growing. So I keep pushing myself to do things that are scary. Like number 11, like I just talked about, to say no more when you used to always say yes. In number 12, I'd say yes to things that you would normally say no. Flip it on the other side. But in this context, I mean, do things that scare you. When we get older, we tend to play it safe, right? We're not as ambitious, or we don't take the same risks that we did when we were younger. We're more like, that's uncomfortable. Oh, I don't feel good about that. I don't feel safe. I try to do things that scare me all the time. I put myself in positions where I'm terrified. But I know if I get through it, that I'm going to be stronger next time and it's not going to be so scary. I know that I'm going to continue to grow, and I want to keep growing all the way into my hundreds. Healthy, happy, vibrant, strong in my mind, being able to move my joints and be able to pick up things and just live vibrantly. Also, I want to say that, that's 12 right there. But I want to say to anyone that might have landed on my channel who says, oh, she's just talking about people in midlife, I'm also talking to you. If I could give you any advice, and this is something that happened to me last night. I was clearing my computer because I had too much, my storage was full, and all these YouTube videos, had to delete a lot. But I started going back in files to 10 years ago, and I found photos of myself that I didn't even remember existed, of myself 10 years ago. And what I saw, I was just like, what? That girl? Look at that girl. That girl was a babe. I was a babe. And the thing is, at that time, I didn't think that. I thought I was overweight. I needed to lose more weight. I didn't like my hair. I didn't like anything about myself. I just thought I was terrible. I thought I was unattractive. I thought all of these things. What I'm trying to say is appreciate where you are, because I promise you in 10 years from now, you'll see pictures of yourself and say, oh my gosh, I was beautiful. I should have been so nice to myself. How come I didn't know that about myself? How come I didn't appreciate the things that I could do? Why didn't I appreciate the beauty that I had? It's so important. I promise you in 10 years from now, I'll look back at these YouTube videos and go, oh, look at that lady. I wish I was that chick. She looks good. When some days I wake up and I look at myself and I'm like, who's that lady? But that's another thing, trying to be nice to ourselves, trying to say nice things about ourselves. I met this lady, another quick side story. I was in Alabama with my husband. Was it Alabama? Yeah, I was in Alabama and I met this woman at an event, and she was in her 80s, and I swear she looked like she was in her 60s. And when she told me her age, my jaw just hit the floor. I could not believe it. And I said, well, what's your secret? And she said, you know what? Every day I get up, I look in the mirror and I say, hello, beautiful. She said, no matter how I look, no matter what I feel about that image staring back at me, I say, hello, beautiful. I love you. You're fabulous. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And you feel like it works. She goes, well, look at me. So I just love that story. And sometimes when I catch myself off guard and I walk in the mirror and I'm like, whoa. I stop. I reframe that moment and I say, hello, beautiful. I love you. You're gorgeous. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope that this inspires you in some small way. And if this kind of stuff resonates with you, I would love it if you would subscribe and follow me on my journey, and hopefully I can help you in some way. Also, I have a free mindfulness guide that I created a while back. I will link it below. It's a PDF that you download, and it's 30 days of just a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of breath work, a little bit of meditation, and a little bit of journaling. 30 days. It will take 10 minutes tops. Just download it. You have it by your bed. Just get up and write it. Date each day. Write a few sentences, a few intentions, how you want to feel for the day. It's totally free. I'll put it in the links below. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.